In question 8, if matrix is a n into n matrix, create the transpose of the matrix M and store the result in M underscore. Okay, so we need to create a transpose of the matrix M. So at the transpose, we can say this is our normal M matrix indexing. Okay, these are indexing. It is 0 0 0 1 and 0 2 indexing, then 1 0 1 1 1 2 likewise. So if you transpose our matrix, our indexing will be like this. You can see this I. Let's consider row as I and column as j. So you can see I and j are interchanged. Okay, so this is what matrix. So what we need to do in transpose, we need to replace rows into columns. Okay, likewise columns into rows. That is what transpose mean. So what we need to do means, in place of I of j, we need to assign m of j of I. Okay, this is what, in place of I of j we need to assign m of j of I. This is what the transpose does. So let's see how we can execute the transpose in a single statement, single line. Okay, for example, m dash t is our transpose matrix, empty list. Okay, empty list. So here what we need to do, first we need to append the empty list for. Okay, first what we need means, we need to append empty list like this. This empty list represent the number of columns. Okay, so we need to append like this empty list in first preference. So what we need to do, we need to append empty list. So we put one list. So for what condition? For I in range of len of m. Okay, that is number of rows. How many number of rows we have, we need to append that much empty list. Correct. So after that, what we need to do, in that each list we need to append the values. Okay, so for that some value, let's take that value as x. So for j in range, j is nothing but number of columns. Okay, for j in range, len of, as it is a n into n matrix, so row and column doesn't matter, we can put len of n itself. Okay, so but what will come in this place of x? As I told before, in place of I of j, we need to assign the elements in the place j of I. So we need to put j of I. Okay, we need to append j of I in this position. Okay, you can see this. Okay, this and first option. Wait. Here you can see this and this are same. So in the place of I of j, we are putting j of I. So this is correct one. Here you can see we are putting I of j. So the matrix won't be transposed. Okay, it will be remain as it is. So it is not correct. This is what, this is an empty list, and this is n represent the number of rows. So for each row we are appending an empty list, and for each column what we are doing, at the last index, minus 1 means at the last index we are appending j of I. This is also correct. I'll tell you how it works. For example, let's delete entirely. Let's m underscore t, this is our transport matrix, is initially empty. Okay, so empty. Then for each, let's take n is equal to 3. Okay, so when n is equal to, so n will range from, so I will, so this I will range from 0 to n minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so when I equal to 0, what we are doing, we are appending one empty list to this empty list. Okay, so our m of t, in the m of t list we are appending another empty list. So after that we are ranging, after that at the last index. Okay, this empty list is our last element in our list, so in that we are appending the transpose elements one by one. For example, let's have this as transpose element. Okay, so after appending at next I equal to 1, what we are doing, we are appending an empty list again. Okay, so this will come like this. Okay, so we will, after we append an empty list, it will look like this. So again at the minus 1, so this is minus 1 index, this is minus 2. So again in minus 1 index we are appending the transpose elements like with something dot dot dot. And for another row we will create an empty list. Okay, so you can see all empty list are appended at last of this uh, mat underscore transpose list. No, so to access that empty list at last we are putting minus 1, because last index will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay, in list. So this is also a correct one, this is also a correct one. So for question 8, A and C are correct. Okay, so next question 9, list is, L is a list of names. Create a list P. Names contains only those elements in L that begins with capital letter. So what we need to make means, we need to create a list P. Okay, P, and it contains only the elements, strings in capital letter start. Okay, so whatever the word starting with capital letter in this list L, we need to append it in this list P. So let's check. Here you can see we need to put, what we need to append is, we need to put here. So in this for loop, the name, that is each element from this L, we are appending in this P when it satisfies this if condition. Okay, so this loop will iterate through each element in this list L, and if that if that satisfies this condition, it will append that name to this list. Correct. So but what they tell means, the uh, that that word should begin with capital letter, but this is, we are checking the zeroth index, that means first letter of that word, but we are checking that it should range from small z to capital Z, but we actually need our first letter to be ranges from capital Z to, sorry, capital A to capital Z. Okay, so this is not wrong, we need our first letter to be a capital. So here you can see it ranges from capital A to capital Z, that means it will append it to this P list. So this is correct, and this is also an empty list, and looping through each element in this L list, and if the starting letter ranges from capital A to capital Z, we are appending that name to this P list. Okay, so this is also correct. So option B and C are correct. So next question, question 10, accept the sequence of comma separated string as input. So we need to accept an comma separated single string. Okay, and populate a list of string that do not have letter E in them. So what they are telling, we need to accept a whole string which is a comma separated one, and the words having the letter E, we need to remove those words from that comma separated one. Okay, and we should keep remaining, and we should print the remaining words which doesn't have E letter in them. So let's check each options. Option A, they are getting input, okay, and splitting with comma, correct. Okay, they have empty list, okay, and they are looping to each word in this for loop. After that, they are checking that this small e is not in word. If it is not in word, we are appending this to this empty list. So finally we are printing the list, so it looks good, so it's correct. Okay, because if E not in word, okay, not in word, we are appending that word to this list, so it's correct. So here this is what we are going to append, okay, when it satisfies this condition. Okay, let's see for word in input dot split. So it will get the input here, entire input here, and split it with comma. Okay, so a list will be iterated through this for loop, and it will check this word in this if condition that E not in word. If E not in that word means it will append this word to this list and printing the list at last. So this is also correct. So here, okay, this and this are similar. Instead of assigning it to a variable L, we are directly putting this in a print statement. So this is also correct. Okay. So for question 10, all options are correct. Okay. Yeah, thank you.